This episode is brought to you by 360 Fly Cameras. If you, Mason,
Hello.
go to 360fly.com and enter discount code PLANET at checkout, you get 15% not only off the cameras, but any additional equipment required if you wanted to.
Now, as you know, I normally don't get out of bed for any less than 20% off. But in this case, 15% off is actually a really good deal.
You've never changed your stance on anything, and that really surprises me.
Mm-hmm.
Money will do that to a man, won't it?
I like to think so.
The reason they're so great for many reasons. First of all, 360, that's a lot of degrees. It's all of them in many ways.
It's a maximum amount of degrees, unless you're in some sort of skateboarding competition, in which case 720 is the minimum and 1080 is the ideal.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. For spins.
For spins. But they sponsored our Planet Broadcasting launch event on Saturday.
Yeah, they did.
Hollywood Pete Ford, good friend of ours, he sorted all that out.
Yes, he did.
There's going to be some of that footage, hopefully online if the sound worked, which I think it did.
Yeah, next few days, right?
Maybe.
Oh.
I don't know.
Right.
We're going to work it out. In the next, let's say weeks.
Good idea. The next few weeks.
Yeah. But
at some point before the sun consumes the earth, you'll see the Planet Broadcasting live event, or some of it in 360-degree magic.
If the sound works.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's nothing to do with the cameras. That's not the camera's fault.
Let's blame someone else.
Yeah, but also we've got somebody else here today, and it's actually my wife, Mason, if you don't mind me saying so.
Well, this is a turn of events, isn't it?
Did I not tell you I was married?
No,
that's
a bit
weird.
of mystery. I've always wondered.
Yeah.
Hello, Mason.
Hi, Claire.
I'm James's wife.
Now, I've just Googled, just to make sure, I've just Googled man cave rules. Just so you don't break any of the rules in the man cave.
Yes.
Let's see. Sports on TV 24/7. No Sex in the City reruns ever. So if you were planning on...
I will have you know that I am more likely to watch sports in this house.
That's probably
all right.
true.
Well, if you're planning on firing up the DVD
sports.
player, no. Let's see. Dogs welcome. So that's fine. Ollie, you're here. The dog.
Yep.
Talking about feelings earns lifetime ban.
Oh,
that seems healthy. Anyway, continue.
But look, Claire organised the entire event, and she
did.
wrangled a whole lot of
round of applause, James.
people to get.
Oh goodness gracious!
Wrangled a whole lot of people, which we're just gonna. I was gonna thank them, but then we thought it'd be a better idea to get her in, seeing as she facilitates it. She'll be gone, ladies and gentlemen, at the start of the show. Don't worry. If you don't like the 3-person dynamic, just skip.
I would love to go through the list of people, and really, I did behind the scenes stuff. Really, that's all I did, because these guys are the reason that it all worked. So
that's not actually
true. I'm not trying to steal the limelight.
I mean, we were there.
I'm not trying to take a thing.
No.
Or maybe I am. No, I'm not. I'll just run through and say thank you, and then I'll be gone. Okay. A big thanks to a bunch of people. Pete Ford, as James said already, from 360 Fly. They're all saying the cameras are cool. And lots of people got giveaways, which is awesome.
And we're going to be giving away... Sorry, I cut you off immediately. But
we're
going to be... But
Let's
in
have a fight.
the charity campaign...
Welcome to the podcast. It's people being cut off left and right.
We're going to be giving some away for our charity campaign. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Yes, cool. Phil Kitt, who is this awesome guy, is a photographer who volunteered his services as our cameraman for the day. His stuff is awesome and it's already up online. You can also find it at our website, planetbcasting.com. All the podcasts who came out and did their thing, Filthy Casuals, Do Go On, Human Ordinary, Steel Wars, Dragon Friends, doing the Think Tank, Serious Issues, and Josh Earl, who were not there but did spy videos, and they will also be a part of the video that's going up online. So a big thank you to them. Also, Auntie Donna performed the last act, and they were all right.
Yeah, they were the best. Those guys.
They were so super awesome. Check their YouTube out as well. It's amazing. And Ben Jenkins for emceeing, who missed his flight and still smashed it and got there in time and was amazing. And Ben Vanel from the old Filthy Casuals did the website, and it's awesome.
He's been chipping away at it, and we've been hassling him.
We
also
have
you.
sent him me more than you, actually all me. Sent him thousands of emails at all kinds of times of night, even up to the very last minute on the night before and on the day.
Hey
and
Ben, can you make
amazing.
this better? Just slightly better? Can you tweak it to make it better? That would be good.
I'm not sure what specifically, but there's something missing. You could just fiddle around with that for a few hours. Yeah.
That's exactly what I did.
That's great.
The poor guy. He did so well.
And if you need a website built, maybe give him a
he's called a handyman. He's got this really cool website. So all the people that we worked with for the whole thing and that we support are all available, and all their links are there on planetbroadcasting.com.
Correct.
Planetbcasting.
Mm-hmm.
They're all there on the About Us page at the bottom. Emma Sharp, publicity. She is amazing and did all our publicity for the thing, so it was great. Golden Legend for the designs, for the logos, awesome. Eric Chen for our cool trailer. Steve Hacklin, who volunteered his services as well, normally works for McDonald's and decided to do something charity. What a legend. He's a graphic designer and he did all our banners. Rivoli Cinemas, which I used to work at, and then we had the event there and they were great. Alan Carey from Type 40, who made the amazing, what did he make?
He made my Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes.
You can find him at type40.com.au. He doesn't just do Infinity Gauntlets. He does Captain America shields and Loki scepters and all kinds of
And
cool
he
the
stuff.
Thor hammer. The Thor hammer was so cool.
And he also
he did
donated money as well.
Yeah,
on
right.
the night, which is really cool, yeah.
that. Yeah, he was so lovely. Such a nice guy to work with. So, yes, definitely check out his site. And he does all the big Comic-Cons and everything too. Movember were our charity campaign, obviously, for this year. And Rhett Corker came and did a beautiful speech, really honest, really heartfelt. And we thank him for coming out. He was great too. And we just wanted to say a massive thank you to all of the people who came along. There were people that came from Sale. They won't know where Sale is, most of the listeners.
It's fine.
They came from a sale.
From a sale.
A yard sale.
It was
Yard sale.
25% off. It was crazy. But they showed up anyway.
You wouldn't have even gone to bed to get out of bed.
That's right.
I know. So, yes, they came from there, from Brisbane, from Strathford or Strathmore. I think it was Strathford. Those guys were so great. We talked to them for ages. They were so lovely.
They were.
And just everyone who came. They were so nice.
Yeah, there was a couple who helped me at the end, like taking gear out. And there's obviously people that we've missed. And there was a whole lot of people that we spoke to, and everyone was super, super nice.
Super cool.
They were
Yeah.
real people, guys. They were actually real.
They were real people, weren't they, Mace?
Weird, right?
It was weird. I know. And so lovely. And some people wearing T-shirts. And
Yeah,
it was
it was
just
great,
wonderful.
yeah.
I was really, really impressed with it all. So it was great. So thank you so much to everyone.
And thank you, Claire, again for putting it all on and all that. And it's
goodness.
it would not have happened without you, because Mason or I would not have organised any of this.
Absolutely not. We would have shown
could
up
have
and
done
expected
it.
something to happen on its own.
Which is what we did.
yeah.
And just to cap it off, that's 360fly.com, promo code PLANET for 15% off. Thank you, Claire.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Claire.
I'm going to exit the man cave now.
If you could.
Regular room.
Regular. It's a man cave.
Yes, corroboration finally.
Wonderful in here.
Yeah.
I never come in here. It's
Claire,
very
you're welcome
spooky.
anytime, except you're not, because there's no women allowed.
I got that
There's
feeling.
a big no girls sign on the door. Thanks, Claire.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, Claire.
Bye.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet, official podcast of comicbookmovie.com. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, is my co-host, Nick Mason.
I'm back, baby. Big
Yeah.
weekend for us.
It has been.
Such a big weekend.
Are you tired?
I'm so tired.
Me too. But it was a fun time.
Yeah, look, because we did our Planet Broadcasting Network launch.
Didn't we just talk about this for 8 to 10 minutes?
Yes, we did, but we'll talk about it some more. But yeah, like it's because great show. Everybody put on a great performance. We had Arnie Donner at the end. They were great. And then afterwards, we stuck around when he said hi to everybody else.
That was real
like,
cool.
That's the first time and probably the only time where like so many people meet me. They know about me. I don't know anything about them.
Right.
And they're talking to me, and it's not just somebody who I owe money to. You know what I mean? Because under normal
Absolutely,
circumstances,
yeah.
that's it.
You mean nobody hit you up for money?
No.
That's something new for you, isn't it?
Correct.
No, everyone was really great. It was really, really cool to meet so many really, really friendly people. There was no like weird creeps or anything. I don't know,
right?
for lack of a better word. No, it was nice.
Which is the demo we expect from the show.
You better believe it.
Is that because we're weird creeps?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and often, what you put out comes back your way. Not the
that's
case
right.
for us.
No,
luckily.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
What else has been happening? I did an episode of Beer Eye with Your Mates Guys from
did you?
my friend Murphy. That
Oh,
was on
cool.
Thursday. Did that, so that's out now.
And you also did a Dragon Friends.
I did a Dragon Friends. That's not out yet, but I did that today.
Yeah.
So our friends over at Dragon Friends, the podcast that's part of Planet Broadcasting, that they do a live. They usually do it in Sydney, like a live Dungeons and Dragons show on stage. Very funny. Those guys are great. They did it in Melbourne. They sometimes when they do an interstate live show, they don't record it. But
Yeah.
in this case, they're like, don't waste any content. So It's going to be a Patreon. It's going to be a Patreon bonus episode. So if you go to their Patreon, which is patreon.com/dragonfriends, and you sign up for $5, I think.
Okay.
That's going to come out pretty soon. So
Sweet.
you get
And
that.
also, they've got, if you don't want to do that,
yeah,
they've got a bunch of good
got
episodes.
a bunch of episodes. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've done like
I mean, they're without you. That's probably for the best.
probably for the best ultimately. Yeah.
Good. Let's get straight into the news eventually. We've done it now.
We did it now. Do I
Yeah.
have anything else? Let me think. Let me just check the old. Done so many podcasts this week. No, that'll do it.
That'll do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel bad about talking for so long, but then I'm like, no, a lot of people helped out, and also you can skip it. It's fine. It's
You
in the
can totally
time code.
skip it.
It's in the
You
time
don't
code.
care. You don't care about people that work hard and help people.
I know I don't.
Correct.
Spider-Man posters. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes.
We've got 3.
Yeah, we did.
Were they international? Potentially.
Maybe.
I liked the look of them, though. Did you enjoy what they're about?
Me too.
You say me
lot of-
did? Me
Yeah,
did.
me did. Me did. I've been talking a lot this weekend.
Yeah. There's one where he's on the side of the Avengers Tower.
That's what I was going to say. I woke up this morning feeling really
From the strangest dream.
The
I was in
biggest
the army the world has ever seen. We're marching as one on the road to the
Holy Grail.
Man.
Hunters and Collectors. It's a
Can we do
classic.
the whole thing? Do you mind?
Oh, no, let's do it. It's a classic Oz rock anthem. I woke up this morning. Don't do it. Feeling hungover.
I nearly did it again.
I know, right? What if we got trapped in a loop forever? I just felt really hungover, and I didn't drink yesterday. It was just so much interaction with other human beings. It just broke my brain.
Absolutely.
We're talking about Homecoming. There we go.
Homecoming, yeah.
They were very colourful. I
I
like
like him.
primary coloured.
Yeah.
Great.
I like that suit more and more the more I see it.
Now,
yeah.
in the first one where he's by the river,
Yeah.
just having a bit of a relax with his headphones on, he's wearing a jacket.
Yes.
Is that jacket significant in some ways, or is it just some sort of generic science jacket?
There might be some, I don't know. Does it relate? Maybe he's in some school science club. I'm sure there's an answer to that.
Yeah.
I've really half-assed the research
No,
this
that's
week.
fine. It's a big weekend. Look, just to be clear how this episode's going to go, I'm going to show you how the sausage is made, everybody. What we're going to do is we're going to breeze through some news. We're going to talk about the Justice League trailer for a really long time.
Yeah.
Then we're going to have a very small number of opinions on the on the film Power Rangers. Spoiler alert, it's fine, I guess. I don't know. And then we're going to do some more of our famous segments, and then we're going to go home and I'm going to sleep for a really long time.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Jackets.
That's right, because if it were a DC property, I'd be like, well, that'd be a Star Labs jacket, but
right.
Marvel doesn't really have that.
They don't have a Star Labs, do they?
No.
Look, it's definitely something.
Yeah.
So you can also see the Avengers Tower in the background of that. Has that
That's
been
right.
redesigned again?
Well, and it
Maybe
had
not.
to be rebuilt, right?
Well, it was rebuilt. And then because it was different in Ultron, but it looks a little bit different again. I might be wrong. He's also on the side of the big A, and there's also one where he's hanging on a bloody sign that's like Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, all amazing areas.
All the boroughs.
You better believe it.
I do.
So no, I like him a lot. It's I guess is there something coming up for that soon? Are we expecting a trailer? I don't think so. We got one relatively recently.
I never know when a trailer's going to come. They always take me by surprise. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Did this take you by surprise though? There's some Brad Pitt concept art for Cable has leaked.
That's right.
And then taken down immediately.
Which means it's for
it's
real.
yeah.
Right? I assumed it was fan art, and I've gone back to have a look at it again. And oh no, there we go. We're back.
Because there was also a rumor, Michael Shannon's like, nah, I don't want to do that. Like he talked about it last week.
Yep.
And then the rumor again was this week was no, he might be doing it. But this indicates that either Brad Pitt is locked in or he was, fairly close. They were fairly certain they could have got him at one point. What do you think of that? Brad Pitt as Cable?
I think he's underrated as an actor.
No, he's not. I mean, he's very rated.
No, he's rated as a very handsome man.
Certainly.
He's rated as a charismatic man, but I think he's underrated as an actor.
Okay, yeah, no, okay, fair enough. No, so he's a good actor is what you're saying.
I'm saying he's a
But
good actor.
Not enough people say he's a good actor.
Correct.
Yeah, even though he's won multiple awards and most people think he's a good actor, you think he's underrated.
Yes.
People think he's a bad actor.
I think he's the greatest actor in the world.
That's Russell Crowe.
I
What do
know.
you
I think he
say?
should fight Russell Crowe for the title of greatest actor in the world.
Yeah, what do you think of it though?
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's more kind of organic-y, like the way it's kind of meshed into his body, like the cyborg parts.
Yeah, I wonder how they're going to do that because Cable is, he's biomechanical. It's his bionic arm isn't just sort of slotted on. It's kind of it's supposed to meld with his human flesh because it's a techno-organic virus of sorts.
Yeah.
I think that looks really good.
You're well into it?
Yeah.
Good.
And they're probably not going to explain it. If it's Deadpool, why would they
don't
explain
need
it?
to.
Yeah,
it's fine.
exactly.
Yeah. No, I really like that casting. It's kind of surprising. Brad Pitt's the kind of person I don't really consider for any of these comic book roles.
Uh-huh.
Like it's never, and he's also past the age where like he wouldn't be a Captain America or anybody like that because he's he's coming up on 50. Like 10, 15 years ago, sure, but it's so no, I like this a lot. I think.
When was the last time Brad Pitt took his shirt off in a movie?
The tank one.
Oh, really?
He looks great.
Did he look like that, more or less?
Yeah, no, he's still got the abs. He's got it where it counts.
That was very recent.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Don't mind me.
Yeah. But no, he looks after himself. And he did Troy when he was like 40. He was abbed up for that.
That's true.
Yeah, so, don't doubt him.
How many abs do you think you're going to have at 40?
None.
No abs?
no, certainly not.
I'll have some abscesses, but no abs.
Speaking of abs, though, Chris Evans said last week that like his contract for Captain America, it's up after Avengers 2 of Infinity War 2, whatever that movie's called, we don't know yet. Which led people to believe that he's probably not coming back, or he might not come back. But then this week he's like, no, I'll do another one. Like if they sign me up, I'll probably just do another one. So it was like Hugh Jackman's done like 1,000 Wolverine movies. So yeah. So
exactly.
I don't think you can rule anybody out for any of these movies.
No, you can't, and there's no rules to say even if he's utterly disintegrated in Infinity War Part 1 or 2, then they can still bring him back.
Yeah.
There's a time gem. There's a bloody reality gem. Just somebody will just twiddle their thumb and he'll come back. It doesn't. Death is meaningless in these things.
And it could be like you could take someone out for 10 years and then be like, because I don't think this universe is going to stop. I don't think they're going to reboot it. I think this is going to go and go until they don't make money.
Could be a dream sequence. It could be a clone. It could be time travel.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. They could have killed a doppelganger. They could have, I don't know.
LMDs,
right?
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And that, I wouldn't even surprise me though if they do swap out a character and just recast. Like that's possible because they've done it. But I feel like that's less likely than it was like 5 years ago. Because you can't recast like Iron Man now.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
not.
I mean you can bring in somebody else to do it, but like it's a different character. But yeah, it's a big shoes to fill, Mason.
So big.
Yeah. But the big news...
I mean, Hollywood average probably size shoes.
Sure, yeah.
It's probably like a 9.5.
Is that an average for a Hollywood-sized foot? I feel like it's more like a 6.
Because they're very small.
Everyone's teeny
Everybody's
tiny.
teeny-tiny, right.
The big thing for the week, though, I'm interested to know your thoughts on it. And also, Ben will be making this into a video, hopefully.
Oh, so I'd better really lift my game.
I'm real tired, man. So I'm like, I can't do this, man.
Okay,
big
great.
weekend.
Uh-huh.
Also, my dad got real sick, went in a hospital on Friday.
He tried to steal our thunder by getting kidney stones.
Yeah. So I thought it was an appendicitis. That was real stressful. Anyway, he's fine. Hi, Dad, if you're listening. He's not. He hates everything associated with this. And you.
Wow.
Anyway.
Oh, just drop that bombshell and walk away. All right.
Justice League trailer.
Yeah.
What'd you think? What were your thoughts?
Looks great.
What things did you miss or were missed?
I didn't miss a darn thing, sir.
Good gravy.
Yeah.
It opens with Batman on a horse going to a fishing village.
Yeah.
My first question is, like, that looks great, obviously.
Is it why not use the plane?
Yeah, why not use the plane? Why are you on a horse, mate? What are you doing? Why not have some kind of all-terrain bike? I don't know, anything else.
Bat sub? Bat boat. He's got some... Well, why? Maybe he's got a horse that he likes.
Yeah. Well,
he's had a bat horse in the past and the future.
That's true. The Dark Knight Returns. Yeah, he had a bat horse. And that's kind of... Like, I do like this trailer on the whole. Do you?
Me too, I do, yeah.
I mean, but this might be a situation where... Did you just put this in, like, it doesn't serve a story purpose, it's just to look cool.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Almost all of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a Zack Snyder film.
It certainly is.
Unless you nail him down with a script and you say... Everything, like all the dialogue has to be this, and all the scenes have to be this, and all the blocking has to be like
Watchmen
this.
300.
Like Watchmen and 300.
Yeah.
Then he's like, you know what would be cool? Everything explodes. I don't know.
Slow-mo kicks.
Slow-mo kicks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got?
Well, it's got another White Stripes song in it.
Yes.
Now it's another button to button. The next button. What's that song called?
I don't know.
Okay,
no
right.
idea.
It's that one.
Yeah.
But then, of course, we've got the heartfelt cover of something else, which in this case is the Beatles Come Together.
Boy, is it. Yeah. Because they're coming together. It's a simile.
Oh.
You understand,
Well,
don't
if
you?
it's a simile.
Yeah.
To be clear, we know it's not a simile.
I'm not sure it's not a simile.
It's not a simile.
Just to be clear.
Okay.
So and also we see an ancient battle. Or it looks like an ancient battle because it's... I think the idea is there's going to be a flashback sequence where the Amazonians and the Atlanteans come together right now to stop the forces of apocalypse.
Okay.
So that's where that battle sequence where they're taking out what are they called? Parademons.
Parademons, yeah.
That's from like thousands of years in the past, and as a result,
But isn't Mira there?
no, I think
Aquaman's
that's
wife?
unrelated. She is in it, but I think that's the present day. Also, we don't know how long those guys live for,
That's
so
true.
maybe you know what I mean. Maybe they're like the elves in
No, I'm
Lord
going
of
to
the
say
Rings.
regular amount of time.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Mm-hmm.
But as a result of that, and this was released a few months ago, this information to make sure Darkseid wouldn't come through again. The Atlanteans get a mother box. The Amazonians get one, and the humans get one.
And yeah, this guy in a trench coat just leaves one in his office, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's Miles Dyson. He was in the first. That's not his
Cyborg-
actual name.
That's
yeah.
Cyborg's dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the story was as well that Cyborg himself is a mother box. So I don't know, is that the same mother box that he used to create Cyborg, or did he get another one? It's great that like the humans, their way of dealing with their mother box was just to bury it like 5 feet deep. Do you remember that from the
that's
old
right.
trailer? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So maybe he got his hands on another one, and obviously like something's come through.
What do you mean he got his hands on another one? Where
I
did
don't
it
know,
come
man.
from?
They've probably got a detector, a little radar.
Oh, he's probably got a radar. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
That's how I see
But we
it
get
anyway.
plenty more footage of some of these guys. I feel Aquaman's taking on the Hulk role.
Right, yeah.
He's bouncing about.
He's bouncing about. He's doing some quips, some little quips.
Everybody's quipping in this one.
Yeah, well, it's almost like they said, can you make a less grim movie? Make more Marvel a movie, please?
Yeah.
Do you like that, though? I like that side
Yes.
of Aquaman. I think it's cool.
I like quips.
Where he rescues a guy and then he's like, I'm taking this bottle.
Yeah.
And then he's kind of making light of Batman in a suit, which I kind of, in his bat suit, which I enjoyed.
I like quips and abs.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Boy, do you.
Two favorite things.
Batman also, they kind of allude to the Bat family, or at least Robin. Because, Commissioner Gordon's like, oh, you're working with other people or
again.
whatever.
Yeah, okay, right.
Do you reckon he's had a whole Bat family? Or do you reckon it was just like a couple of Robins? Like, do you reckon there's a Batgirl out there and a Nightwing and...
I think
Red Robin
I think
and
there is
whatever?
definitely a Batgirl and a Nightwing, but I think he might just be referring to other... I think we've just got an unnamed group of additional heroes that have all been brutally killed. Probably by Batman.
Yeah, sure. Well, that's the thing, though. They've also given us this kind of army that Batman can just cruise around in his Batmobile just machine gunning.
Yeah, that's
Do you
right.
know what I mean? Because Batman has no problem with killing aliens, like in the comics.
Yeah.
Like he shot Darkseid once.
Yeah, but I think that was him breaking his number one rule.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, he has to know they're not sentient before he kills them.
Right, yeah.
So in this, maybe parademons are sentient and maybe they're not.
yeah.
Well,
They're all under kind of the Darkseid spell and whatnot. They're all willing to die for Darkseid, and they're all kind of ants anyway, aren't they, really?
I guess so, yeah.
Well, some versions anyway, so I think that's fine. But you see, also, did you like the bit where Aquaman's on the car? It's got the roof torn off the Batmobile
Yeah,
and
that's fine.
Aquaman's cruising along.
Yeah, and he does a big bouncy jump.
Yeah. I like, though, that... Because I feel like in the in the Doomsday fight from Batman Superman, Batman did a lot of just running about. Like, he didn't contribute to the fight.
Absolutely not.
He
No,
fires
you're
like a kryptonite gas canister. But in this, looks like he's like actually amongst it. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, he's using all these gadgets and he's zipping about and kicking dudes and whatnot.
Yep. mhm.
And there's that, that you see him in that kind of spider vehicle.
Yes.
Apparently there's going to be a few vehicles in this. There's like one called the Flying Fox, which is like a big kind of flying fortress kind of thing. And then there's this thing called, what's it called? Can't remember. It's something else. I've
Ace the
forgotten the name.
Bat-Hound.
Ben, put the name under here.
Oh,
put it
very
at the bottom.
good. Nice.
Yeah,
Very good.
So people know.
Mm.
Yeah.
We also get much more of a look at Cyborg.
Yeah.
Looking
What do you think?
pretty good. Are people against the CG of this character?
Yeah.
Really?
I think it's a bit hit and miss depending on the shot.
I don't
Yeah.
mind it.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's taking somewhat of the Iron Man role in this.
Right, yeah.
He can fly, apparently.
Yep.
That's new for him.
He's a prick, like Iron Man. Is
Yeah,
that
right.
Do you like he's got the mask?
I do like that.
Is that a new addition? I've never seen that in the comics.
I've never seen it in the
It
comics.
looks like
either.
a Deadshot kind of thing. Is that
Or an Iron Man helmet.
or an Iron Man? But with the one like red eye.
Yeah,
You know what I
right.
mean?
I do know.
I like
what
that
you
a
mean.
lot. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I guess he's still, because what we saw of him in Batman Superman, he's a torso and an arm.
Basically,
Or
yeah.
it was, yeah. About Wonder Woman, we get a little bit of that.
A very small amount of Wonder Woman
Sure.
yet again. Yeah.
Yeah,
mhm,
yeah.
Sure. Looks great.
It really does.
What do you think about the Flash's super speed?
I like it a lot.
Same,
Yeah,
right?
I think because my thought was, well, we're kind of seeing the Flash, and he runs fast, then he zips through the city. But there's a real like fluidity to it, and I think if you're ever going to do like a slow mo kind of thing, he didn't do any slow mo in Batman Superman, but if you got a character like, or even in Man of Steel, if you've got a character who can move that fast, then that's when you use slow-mo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it looks great. Even though he's got that kind of runner's stance where he puts like the one hand
right.
on the ground to kind of take off. And I think it's real cool, man. Oh, do you think it's strange that so in the last trailer it was like, I don't know whether I'm going to assemble the Justice League. How am I going to do it?
Oh, yeah.
And then it's just in this one, it's like, yeah, they're all together.
Sure, right.
They've all come together.
Oh, yeah.
For lack of a better song, I mean word.
Eminem's Lose Yourself. We'll bring it back again.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, not Lose Yourself, bloody Without Me.
Yeah, that's
We also get the appearance of, we get the heartfelt Barry Allen's dad is in prison.
Yeah.
Little smidge of a clip.
Billy Crudup.
Is it Billy Crudup? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I was
who
trying
was
to go
also in,
back. I thought it looked like, oh, it is Billy Crudup. There we go.
He's in Watchmen. There was some Jag Warrior on Twitter, who, as we know, is the #1 fan of Jag. He's written him before.
The
TV series.
the
yes.
TV series, not the jeans brand.
No.
Okay, right.
No.
Did you know Jag, the Australian jeans brand, Jag stands for Jeans Are Great?
No, it does.
Yes, it does. I'll bet you $10,000. Maybe it doesn't now.
Okay.
But older one.
I bet you a crisp pair of Jag jeans.
Oh yes. I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna clean up on Jag jeans.
But he tweeted at me, you know, you see the bit where you see the kind of close-up shots of the Justice League, and there's like the goldish kind of background.
Uh-huh.
And he was wondering whether that's. Have you ever seen the animated Justice League image of them? They're all standing
I have
in
seen
a row.
that.
And his theory is that's going to pull back, and that's when Superman's back and they're all there, and you see like the group as they kind of stand in the animated version.
I love it. That sounds really good.
Me too.
I mean, I love it in theory. In practice, will it be any good? No one knows.
Who does know?
No
What
one
about
knows.
no Superman? Do you think we're gonna get like the reveal of Superman before November? Because you know how they revealed a lot of stuff with Batman, Superman coming up. They're like, and here's literally everything that happens.
I hope not.
Do you think they're gonna hint at it though? Right?
Yeah, I reckon if we get more than 1 full second of it, that's
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
I feel.
Do you want to see like the black suit? Or
I do,
not
but that's
even?
But I mean, also, if there's a reveal that isn't something like that, what's the point even? Because we know he's coming back. He's in the promo stills.
Yeah, he like the coffin shook in the last movie.
Yeah, right.
It was implied in the last movie before it ended that he wasn't dead.
So, yeah.
I still don't know how they're going to deal with that Clark Kent thing.
Yeah, right.
Like he was a reporter for like a week. No,
Yeah.
it was that 2 years. I don't remember.
yeah, right.
Whatever it was.
Because in the comic books, they just went, oh, he was trapped under some rubble when Doomsday
Yeah.
attacked and we found him under the rubble. But in this, there's a body.
yeah,
We see the body, right?
it's open casket. We've talked about it.
Yeah, we have
before,
many
yeah.
times, right.
We had a listener complain that you shouldn't have an open casket that near food, that close to food.
That's right.
But if it looks good on film, go for
That's
it,
right,
mate.
go for it, exactly.
You got to get that shot.
Well, maybe they just took the body of... I was going to say Jimmy Olsen and put it in the coffin. But that doesn't explain anything.
It certainly doesn't.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're just going to do away with the Clark Kent persona and he's Superman all the time. But I don't like that. But then again, if they're going to flashpoint it,
It doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll tell you what. There's one thing from this which, even if this movie is terrible, we've been tricked by trailers before from every movie studio multiple
We're so
times.
gullible.
Yeah.
We're a couple of rubes.
But I think one thing that really stood out for me is, first of all, I like the characterizations of all these characters. Like, it looks really on point. But to me, it would be a shame if Ben Affleck's Batman didn't get like a really good go at it. Because I
Agreed.
think he's great. Like, I really do. And if he does end up not doing the Batman or for whatever reason, that would be a real shame that he's one of the best Batman in not the best movies. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
I do know exactly
I'd
what
be
you mean.
devastated, Mason.
You'd be Devo.
I don't know what I'd do with myself.
You could join Devo.
I could, couldn't I? Are they down a member?
They've been around a really long time, so probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to wait long even if they weren't, would I?
That's right, yeah.
It's very interesting. Well, at least I know I've got options.
That's right, yeah. Life's all about options.
All right, Mason, before you know what? Fuck Jag Jeans. I'm going to say that right now.
Whoa!
Because
Wow, James does not represent... that's not the company line here on Jag Jeans.
No. Mac Weldon, though, that's our second sponsor for the week. They make clothing with smart design, premium fabrics, and they make shopping simple.
Agreed.
They sent out a bunch of stuff for our launch. I wore one of the sweet tees. You're
wearing one right
I
now.
am. It's a red one.
It's a red pocket tee.
Yeah, man.
Looks good. It's a good red.
Is red my color though? I favour darker colours
No,
generally.
I like you look good in red.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
It's a deep red. It's nice. It's hard to get red right in a t-shirt, in my
Agreed.
opinion.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
It's a good red.
But no, so if you want to see one of those t-shirts on a person, namely me, you can. They're on Twitter and whatever.
That's a good
and
tee.
And even if you don't like the way I look, which is fine.
You'll love the way you look.
Very good. So all their products are also antimicrobial, which
Nailed
means
it.
they eliminate odor. And they want you to be comfortable also. So if you say order a pair of jocks and you're not which is underwear, and you're not happy with it, they'll refund you and you don't have to send them back.
That's right.
And they do underwear, socks, shirts that look good. They perform well. It's good for working out, going to work, going on dates, just everyday life. And they've got a good red, as we've talked about.
As a consumer of a lot of clothes, I buy a lot of clothes.
You do.
It's legitimately a great tee.
Agreed. And I wouldn't have worn it like at our first live event if I was, if I didn't think anything else of it.
You wouldn't want to look like the grub you are.
That's right.
So conceal it.
Yeah. So if you're the grub,
Conceal your body like the grub you are. MacWeldon.com.
if you're the grub or for the grub in your life, visit MacWeldon.
Look around your group of friends. Would you describe any of them as the grub? If not, it's you, baby, because there's always one.
So if you go to MacWeldon.com, use promo code PLANET, get 20% off.
Nice.
Links below as well.
It's a deal I'll get out of bed for. But I don't have to because it's on my bloody phone.
Too easy.
That's right.
All right, Mason, we're flying through this week. Sorry if this is a little short.
Might be a little short. We're knackered. We're both knackered.
That's fine. We've talked about that at length, haven't we?
We'll keep talking about it because it'll fill time. Because we need to fill in this episode because we don't have a lot to say because we're knackered.
Did you see Saban's Power Rangers?
I did see Saban's Power Rangers.
What did you think of Saban's Power Rangers?
I think whether
Krispy
I'd seen
Kreme.
it or not,
Yeah.
it wouldn't make any difference.
You could have just said whatever you know of it.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
seen from the trailers.
Actually, that's not necessarily true.
Oh, he's changed his mind.
We learn more about the characters.
Oh, he's saying different things. That's okay.
We learn that they're all...
He's saying his opinions. Interesting.
They've had tough lives.
They have.
I mean, not strictly speaking. Some of them had totally normal lives and just screwed them up for no reason. That's what we learn about that.
So it had they reckon a 30 to 40 million weekend in the US, which is a decent opening, but it's going to be ahead. So it's going to be ahead of Chips and
Sure.
and
The Dax Shepard, Michael Pena.
Jump Street knockoff.
Yeah, remake of a show from, I guess, the 80s? I
Yeah.
don't know. Highway Patrol, something
like
We
that.
never got it here. I don't
No,
know.
I don't care for it.
No.
But it's also going to fall behind Beauty and the Beast's second or third week.
Now, for people who are tweeting me,
You dickhead.
I was
I
very
meant to
wrong.
shame you in front of everybody, the crowd, and I forgot.
oh, live, you were going to shame me
Now's
live.
my
I
opportunity.
would have fought all of them live. To be fair, if you'd had a go, I would have just run through everyone. Just anyway.
But
Blood would have run
Yeah.
down the aisles of that theater.
But so you said that nobody was interested in Beauty and the Beast, and why are they rebooting it? This is
Yep.
going to make no money. But then
Agreed.
it made a lot of
It's
money.
made a lot of money. So I'll concede that, but I will not concede that a lot of people seem not to be enjoying it that much.
Okay.
Everybody I've spoken to who have seen it has been like, yeah, it's not as good as the original.
Okay then.
But it's the same, right?
There's some additions, but yeah, there's a bit more world building.
Is there a rap?
There is a rap, yes.
Is there really a rap?
I don't fucking know. Almost certainly not.
Surely that, yeah, exactly.
But no, I've heard Gaston's really good and whatever. Maybe we'll do an episode on it. We won't.
We will
But
absolutely.
I am very interested in seeing it though. That is for sure. But with Power Rangers, the idea was that off the back of this, they've outlined a 6-movie arc. Get
For
ready.
Power Rangers.
Saban's Power Rangers.
Good lord.
Brought to you by Krispy Kreme. Yes.
Right?
What do you think of that?
That's too many movies.
That's an interesting opinion.
I don't think what we got in this movie was enough to justify 5 more movies.
Okay. You know what's interesting about this?
They'd be spreading them a little thin, if you ask me.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, what did you think the story was? That's our classic segment.
Oh, there's a.
I know you're tired, so I'm going to cut you some slack.
Okay.
You can.
I thought it was going to be 100% slack. You weren't actually going to ask me what the plot was.
I'm just going to say you can half-ass it slightly more than you normally do.
Oh, fantastic! All right, here we go. There's a small town. There's some kids in the small town. They're like,
Okay.
"Oh, our lives aren't perfect. We're sad and we're all in detention or something." And then
That's
one of them's
true.
like, "Hey, let's go to a bloody mine shaft or something. Oh, we found these coin gems things, and now we're nearly Power Rangers or something."
We have abs and we can break sinks.
That's right.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And then they eventually become Power Rangers.
Yeah, after some some montages and stuff.
Yeah.
Learning some stuff about each other.
Kicking some holograms.
Kicking a hologram.
Having some goofs.
Being yelled at by Bryan Cranston, and then Bryan Cranston is yelled at by them. What else happens in this movie?
I don't know, man. You know what the thing is?
Bill Hader's a robot.
Yeah. Didn't care for it, if I'm honest.
I think he...
What do you do with it?
Yeah, I think
Like, he's fine. I like Bill Hader a lot.
Yeah, I think he attempted to introduce some sort of improv levity to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it worked within the larger context of the film.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, right, like, it's fine. It's totally fine, right? It's
yeah.
not terrible. It's just a bit whatever. But the show has never been like this great work of art. Like, the original thing was an American company bought a pretty shit Japanese show, shot some footage and dubbed the whole thing and then threw it out there and it made $1 billion.
Sure, absolutely.
That's the origin of it. There's nothing wrong with that, but this isn't some high form of art.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
And I asked you the other day I said to you, I think this is the best version of Power Rangers ever.
Uh-huh.
And you said even better than that fan film. And I went, ooh.
Which is Power/Rangers,
Yeah.
which is probably still up on Vimeo or something
Yeah.
like that. In HD, it looks super crisp.
It's good. And I'm probably not, but I can
Yeah.
understand why they didn't make that version. Because they want to, get kids back in and whatever, and also original fans. You can't do the gritty, everybody's dead future version of the Power Rangers, where everybody's 40 and
Sure, yeah.
and doing like
Missing a leg or whatever.
or doing exercise videos or whatever.
Sure,
kind of
yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
But I thought a lot of elements from that movie were maybe worked into this, or some elements a little bit. It didn't quite go as dark, but I think it definitely did take some influence from it. Am I crazy, mate? Especially the opening bit, for example. The opening scene.
Oh, sure, which is it's millions of years ago.
Can we spoil this? Probably. It's like the first 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, who cares? Yeah.
Yeah. Who does care about anything?
Oh, no.
I'm leaving.
Oh, no. What about the Planet Broadcasting? Oh, no. I guess I'll steer this ship. 24 hours later. Oh, no. We're bankrupt. Oh, no.
And I kicked over the microphone.
Yeah. No, people care, but I'm struggling to think. The palette was, you know what, it borrowed the palette. It was just dark and kind of,
I think it's palette, isn't
yeah,
it?
palette. I don't know. Anyway, but I'm struggling. Who is this actually for?
Okay, yeah.
Because I felt it lent
Well,
kind of heavily on people knowing who the Power Rangers were and going, isn't this a fun?
And the first joke is about jerking off a bull?
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is for fans of Meatballs?
Yeah.
Revenge of the Nerds? One of those. I haven't seen any of those.
I think there's a joke like that in the bowling movie with Bill Murray.
Kingpin.
Yeah, I think there's a joke.
Great.
Yeah,
Mhm.
great. But so the opening scene is Bryan Cranston and his ancient version of Power Rangers in 65 million years ago are battling Rita on Earth for the crystal that's in the Earth, which gives life to Earth.
Apparently in every world there's a crystal in
Yeah.
that world and it gives life to the world, and if you pull a crystal out, the world dies.
And Bryan Cranston, for some reason,
I'm
cares.
going to say that's not scientifically accurate.
What do you know, mate? What do you know about anything?
We'll see about that 24 hours later. Oh no, the world's been destroyed. And I've kicked over a microphone stand.
So, but I found that really interesting because Rita has kind of turned on them and she's killed all the Power Rangers.
Well, she's a former Power Ranger,
She's a former Ranger, yeah. Which will lead into like the sequel. We'll talk about that more in spoilers. But and then like you see Bryan Cranston's character is killed and ends up becoming Zordon, sort of. And his suit comes off him and the original Yellow Ranger, and they're naked under the suits.
That's right.
Like, and he's a weird blue alien man or whatever.
Yeah, right. It's not just Bryan Cranston.
No. Well, it's a lot of just Bryan Cranston, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, they didn't CGI abs on him. It's just Bryan Cranston painted blue with some ridges on his
It's
face
true, yeah.
or whatever, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But no, I thought that was a cool kind of opening. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting way to start. This is a battle that's been waging for however
right.
many million years and whatnot. So, yeah, I thought it was okay. And even, like, the opening... This movie's like a mix of, like, it's Chronicle...
The
it's
Breakfast
Club. It's, like, it's Man of Steel...
Yeah,
a little bit with
okay,
the pin art and the ship design.
Uh-huh.
And it's even a bit Fantastic Four, I would say.
Yeah.
The newer one.
So good.
What a combo.
I feel unless you have a vendetta against a particular movie, maybe don't bring a Fantastic Four comparison to it.
Sure. Okay, yeah. Fair enough. I wouldn't even say the worst. I'd say even maybe the better elements of that movie.
Sure, okay.
Yeah. But it's also kind of 3 parts. So it's like you get your Breakfast Club opening. Everyone's a misfit and what are we doing with
Some
ourselves?
are more misfits than others.
Sure, some are BMX bandits. And then it's kind of a getting to know you team building game for 40 minutes.
Yep, there's a bit
and
of
then
that.
there's 20 minutes of power ranging at the end. So that's kind of how it's broken down. I think some of those segments worked better than others. For
Definitely,
me,
yeah.
I found like some of the weaker stuff was the actual Power Rangering. And maybe that's because they left it too long. But I felt like it was cast well. And I believed a lot of the characters. Like considering the material it is, like I liked these new Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. In particular, Billy and... Well, the main ones are kind of built like the Red Ranger, the Blue Ranger, and the Pink Ranger, would you say?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I enjoyed them for the most part, yeah. What did you think of them?
They were very reminiscent of the original Rangers.
Okay, interesting that you would say that.
Yeah. Do we get a guess? Do we get a cameo
Yeah.
from some of the original
We
Rangers
get,
towards the end? Yeah. We get the Pink Ranger.
We get the Pink Ranger and the Green Ranger.
Yeah.
They're taking a photo of the Zord
That's
or whatever.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That, But the other guys, or the ones that are alive, went to the premiere. The Yellow Ranger was killed in a car crash in like 2000.
That's right.
Yeah.
There was some controversy about that because one of the posters for this, remember this? It had some sort
that's
of car-related thing, and people were like, "Oh boy, that's a
Oh,
little insensitive."
no.
And I think one of the Red Rangers probably couldn't have made it to the premiere because he murdered his roommate with a sword. If you
Yes.
recall that.
Not the original one.
No, but like a Power Rangers Turbo or something.
Yeah, something like that. There's been 1,000 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, you have to assume there's going to be some murderers.
Yeah.
If a series goes this long and there's this many people involved, you have to assume at least one person's going to become a murderer. As with the launch of Planet Broadcasting, there's so many great people involved, but invariably one of them's going to be a murderer.
Invariably, the people will find Adam Knox's body.
I was going to say Adam Knox too. It's definitely Adam Knox is going to be revealed as the murderer. He's got a beard and a knife, that man.
But Alpha, do we have anything else to say about Alpha in particular? I mean, he's just the I robot. He's got a little bit more personality, I guess, than the original Alpha.
He's more of a fighter.
Yeah.
Certainly. He's scrappy, this little guy.
He's got springy long arms. Like that Nintendo game that I can't remember. What about Rita? Elizabeth Banks.
Look, I think she hammed it up for all she was worth. I thought
She's pretty creepy, man.
Yeah,
like
that
especially
was fun.
initially, yeah. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. It's not like a earth-shattering performance, but you're a Power Rangers villain.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think she hammed it up. I think she chewed a lot of scenery.
Yeah.
And that totally worked. But it's weird that she kind of got the sexiest redesign. Like nothing else got a super sexy redesign, did it?
Alpha did.
Good point.
Yeah, no.
But everybody else was kind of the same.
Yeah, but I guess they're teenagers. So what do you do? You kind of step into that territory in the first movie?
Yeah, good
you know
point.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So one of the characters they revealed...
Are they actual teenagers, the actors?
I think most of them are.
Really?
Yeah.
They've got...
Teenagers have abs now, Mason. Don't you know that? They go on low carbs. They go on high protein.
That's probably true.
They're keeping up their
Paleo.
aerobics. Yeah, they're doing paleo. All these things.
Calisthenics.
It's important.
Medicine balls.
Work on your traps.
Work on your traps.
Get a good core going. Build your body from there. We all know this. I'm just passing on things we all know.
Fantastic. And if that doesn't work, Mac Weldon. If you can't do any of that, you're a bit of a grub.
Now, obviously, a big part of Power Rangers is the fighting.
Sure.
Was any of this like impressive to you?
I cannot recall anything being impressive. That being said, there was like brief moments, just a couple of seconds at a time, where it did feel super reminiscent of the TV series.
Right.
There's just there's
It's
like
all in a quarry.
Yeah, there was kind of a helicopter shot.
Yeah.
It was when I say that, it was probably all completely CGI.
Yeah.
There was a moment of like where you could see like the California hills and like a whole bunch of the putty monsters charging and a bunch of the Power Rangers charging in the other direction. And I'm like, that is dead on.
Right.
Like that is a dead on homage to the TV series.
Yeah.
And then that scene continued for 2 more seconds and I'm like, now it's not.
Now it's doing something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like that felt fantastic for the designs of the putties, just kind of rockish men being kicked about and whatever. Yeah.
And there was a scene. This is a spoiler, but at the same time, it's not a spoiler. At the end, when there's a monster fighting the Megazord,
what?
That's not a spoiler because there would be rioting. No, would there be rioting in the streets if this movie didn't end with a Megazord fighting a?
Yes.
Or would people not be? Or would people not
You
know?
can't not.
But I mean, if this is for teens,
Yeah. Is it?
I don't know. So that's the thing, I don't know. But if this is for teens who have never seen that stuff, they're not necessarily expecting that. But I felt also that at the end, when there's a Megazord grappling with a big old monster, it did kind of look like two dudes in suits grappling with each other, except then it's super CGI. But
I didn't think there was any kind of charm to that final battle.
No, neither did I.
I'm not saying the original looks good. It's good for what it is. It's guys in suits kicking the shit out of each other. It's like a monster that's an eyeball and legs and a man in a robot suit.
Sure.
But I felt like there wasn't really any kind of personality in
I
either
agree.
the Zords in their animal form. Also, they're talking about these animals are from the prehistoric era. That's why there's a Tyrannosaurus,
Tyrannoceratops
and a Triceratops, and a mammoth. Are they the same era?
Not really.
I'm fairly certain they're not.
Well, maybe some of them arrived at different times.
So Zordon died in the
Maybe
dinosaur.
he's the last one to die.
Yeah, but the mammoths came after.
Or the first one to die.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know then.
Somebody died, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, the first...
Don't. Let's not get bogged down at that point of the movie.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you do... But even like the Zords designs, I was kind of... I couldn't really see the
You
mammoth
never get...
in it.
Yeah, the T-Rex. There's a T-Rex, right?
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, but the rest of them are just kind of clunky whatever.
What I assume was supposed to be a Pteranodon...
Just
pterodactyl.
like a jet.
Just like a jet, exactly, yeah.
So, I don't
And
know.
the Megazord, is the Megazord been shown in any promotional stuff?
Yeah, it has, yeah.
Okay. Doesn't look anything like... Oh, it has been. It doesn't even look like a combination of all the... When it's
No.
in motion, it doesn't look like a combination of all the animals.
No.
So, what's the point?
What is the point?
What is the point?
Let's talk spoilers.
Okay.
I was going to say spiders, but let's talk spoilers first.
We're going to say best movie ever and worst movie ever?
Oh, this
I'm
is...
going to say worst movie ever for this one. And again, it's not really the worst movie ever.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't... If I hadn't seen it, I wouldn't miss it.
I don't want to say worse because I didn't hate it. Like, I came out and I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, it's you know what? It was better than I thought it would be. I'll give it that.
I thought it was worse than I thought it would be.
Your expectations are out of control, mate.
I know.
Have you ever seen the first Power Rangers movie?
No.
Fucking terrible.
All right, great.
You ever seen the second one?
I've not seen any of them.
It's fucking... I haven't seen it.
Okay,
but I would
right,
imagine
yeah.
it's even worse.
Look, but I think what happened is I set my sights really low, and then I'm like, well, maybe it'd be good then, and that recalibrated
You
my sights
idiots.
too high, and
Stop
then
calibrating yourself.
sorry, I shouldn't have calibrated my sights.
What
at
are you, a
all.
watch? Do you
No.
calibrate a watch?
No, you set a watch.
Okay, spoilers. Yeah, look, fine, worst. I don't care.
Oh, it's spoil.
Yeah.
Wow, you're saving that for spoilers.
Yes. Okay, now spoilers.
Wow.
So the Green Ranger is revealed in the end. They're like, there's a new
student.
cool
He's-
kid in town.
He's the coolest kid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Yeah, so good. Good for him.
Sure, good.
I mean, I thought that was kind of cool because I remember I watched a bit of it when I was a kid, but I didn't really care for it because I was a big Voltron fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mhm.
And we've talked about that before. But even like Goldar from the original series is like a monkey in a gold suit.
Yes.
But this year was just a big glob
Of gold, a giant
of
big glob of
nothing.
gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
mhm.
So I didn't even. That's why I'm like. One of the fun bits of the original Power Rangers was all those monsters had weird personalities and
Yeah,
rhymes
right.
and phrases and whatever.
this one had literally no personality.
Yeah, exactly. And I found it very strange that the way that they formed the Megazord is they fell into the crystal and then they molded together by accident to form a big man?
Yeah,
Because
right.
everybody, including Zordon, seemed surprised by that.
Yes, right?
What was that?
I don't know. I don't know, man. But that's the thing. You always assume, like Voltron, like the Power Rangers, you assume that's an ability, like that's a mechanism that's available to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't have happened by accident.
I
It was
have no
weird.
idea.
It should have been like they should, and again they did. But I guess the idea being is that they were all willing to work together to sacrifice themselves,
Yeah.
and so that was the mechanism. That was the triggering mechanism.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. You're right. Or are you?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
We also got the death of the Blue Ranger, Billy, who I liked a lot. I thought he was good, man.
Mm-hmm.
But having
Billy
seen
Cranston, as we know, yeah.
actually named after Bryan Cranston.
That's right, yeah.
Because, you know, Bryan Cranston used to voice all the monsters in the
Yeah.
original series when he was broke. What
Yeah.
a gig. What a gig. That's amazing.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
$50 an hour, apparently.
Oh, really? Nothing to sneeze at in the 90s.
That's right.
So we got the death of Billy, but then he's fine because Zordon could have stepped through the gate, presumably naked.
Yeah, that was. See, I didn't buy that
Yeah.
because I didn't feel they'd built they hadn't built the mechanics well enough for that to be just like it felt just like a cop out.
You can just bring someone back from the dead.
Yeah, right.
Or walk through a gate.
Exactly.
And be an alive man.
Yeah.
Instead of pin art.
Mm-hmm.
I did like Zordon though. I like the big face and his
Same, I did,
motivations
yeah.
and whatever. Mm-hmm. And he kind of accepted his role. He's like, this isn't my team or my time anymore.
Uh-huh.
So he kind of handed it over reluctantly. Or he learnt a lesson and did it on...
I think we all learned a lesson.
So that they introduced a gay character, right?
Yeah, or a character who is...
At least coming to terms with his sexuality.
Yeah.
Do you think that was handled okay?
I guess to the extent all the other teen issues were handled.
Right. I'm wondering if that's a callback to... Because the original Blue Ranger was gay, or is gay in real life.
Oh.
And there was apparently a lot of on-set bullying that like drove him to be suicidal and all that.
I did not know
So
that.
I wonder if that was a kind of like, hey,
Maybe.
this is different now where...
Oh, it's kind of like
it's a new era of Power
Yeah, it's
Rangers.
like maybe like a late stage apology kind of thing.
Yeah, potentially.
Maybe,
Yeah. I don't know whether
okay.
that's actually the case. But I didn't particularly like that character though for the one scene where she's sitting with her family.
And it's
And
a
they're like-
completely normal, great family.
Yeah, and they're like, how's your day? Tell us about yourself. And she's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we've made you a meal. What's going on with you?
We seem nice and supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, shut up, everyone.
And the dad seems fairly benign, and the mum is at the end of her rope, seemingly only because the kid is not talking to her ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very strange.
Very.
But a big kind of component of this movie is Krispy Kreme donuts, which I maintain is not a great donut. It's fine.
Wow, I disagree completely.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember when that guy was following us in the street, offering us Krispy Kreme donuts at like 2 a.m.?
Yes, I do remember that. I didn't remember it until you've just mentioned it now. And he was having some issues. I remember that guy.
Boy, was he. I think we handled that appropriately.
I wonder where he is these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be clear, this wasn't some sort of Krispy Kreme promo person.
No.
Like, I gotta give all these donuts away. It was just some rando.
It used to be a big deal in Australia that you'd have to... There was one store in Sydney and people would bring them back from Sydney on the plane. They're like, I nursed these in my lap. The whole,
That's right,
Have a donut. But then they just started putting them 7-Elevens or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy was like, hey, he was clearly like hammered.
Man, I'm gonna get some Krispy Kremes tomorrow. You better believe. Oh, I cannot wait.
He was following us down the street like, just have a donut. I don't want to eat all of them. And if I remember correctly, I ended up yelling.
Yeah, you did, yeah. And he apologized profusely.
And then I apologized for being short
Then
with
he
him.
became a drunk guy who's following you around apologizing profusely, which is the worst, probably the worst kind of drunk guy.
But yeah, so a big point of this movie is the crystal is buried under a Krispy Kreme, and they're always meeting at a Krispy Kreme or enjoying a Krispy Kreme. Or
Rita Repulsa enjoys
as
a Krispy Kreme.
yeah. They're talking to, like, they mapped it out that it's at the Krispy Kreme. Was that? I mean, I know, like, we do product placement in this or advertising, but
Sure.
this is like next level. Like, they built a plot point around.
Yeah, it was
the
really
entire
weird.
thing, yeah.
I mean, I feel it was fairly innocuous. I don't know. You're right, because at no point they don't verbally promote Krispy Kreme. They're not like, num 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 num, love these Krispy Kremes.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could have made it just a donut shop.
Do you think, though, if you were like a massive fan of Power Rangers, which you are,
Yes.
and do you think that you would come out of this being like, no, this is a good version of... Look at that dog.
Got the dog here.
Going for it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this would be like you'd be satisfied with this version of...
That's a really good question.
Thank you.
No, because it drags. I don't know.
Yeah. It does drag in the middle.
Yeah.
There's too much like, why can't we be a team and
I
whatever.
think were I a big Power Rangers fan, I would want an origin story that takes 10 minutes.
Yep.
And then just they fight a bunch of monsters.
Cool.
Because wasn't Goldark, wasn't he like this...
God as a guy. Yeah.
But isn't he's like the mini boss.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he's the guy they fight and then they fight a bigger monster.
Yeah,
Isn't
or
that
they
generally
grow... maybe they grow him at one point.
Right,
as
okay,
well,
sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd want more. I'd want more action.
Okay, fair enough.
There wasn't enough. They just fight... Nah.
They're fighting holograms and then they're fighting underwater and then whatever. Yeah.
What did you think of the underwater concept? Like that whole deal?
Then when they fought underwater?
No, when they had to go underwater.
Oh, that was kind of neat.
They have to get damp every single time.
Yeah.
Catch your death of cold.
Yeah. Well, they're super powered
I
men
guess that's true,
and
yeah.
women.
Uh-huh.
All right, that'll do it. Yeah. Oh, I got some tweets here from people who saw it and they
ready.
have opinions.
Okay, I'm
It's
ready.
from Jerry, no PhD. You better get on that, mate.
Yeah, come on, mate. Seriously.
Friendship, Believe in Yourself, Zords, Zordon, Fighting in a Quarry, Theme Song, Krispy Kreme. Not so much a review, more a summation.
That is a brisk summary that is very accurate.
This is from Turtle Power Pod, which is like the Duck Blur equivalent. They do the Ninja Turtle episodes there.
That's right, yeah.
Very cool.
I believe they're arch nemesis or friends.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I love that there was enough new stuff to make it interesting and enough 90s groan fest for nostalgia. Also, no blue beam. That is true.
That it's an action movie without a blue beam, either coming from the sky or shooting into the sky.
Yeah. Stefan says, just came out of Power Rangers, and all I can say is it wasn't very good. Rather watch the 95 one. Sick burn. This is from Michael, unpronounceable last name. Had a great time with this movie. Loved the character development so much. It was just campy enough. And Danny Fan says, enjoyed Power Rangers. Liked what they tried with characters. Good core casting when who were able to sell the material. And Chris Langley says, saw Saban's Power Rangers last night. I think Netflix's Voltron did it better. Just a movie out of 10. I agree.
I agree.
Do you think there's room for Voltron now?
Yes. Because it'll be more fun.
Yeah.
And I think people just like, I think people just like Voltron more.
I like Voltron more. I don't know if Voltron's more successful,
This is a review of Power Rangers from Vox. The last paragraph says, there's one nagging problem. The movie spends a lot of time resisting how gleeful and impossibly playful the Power Rangers are meant to be. I agree with that. I think it should have been crazier.
Thanks, Vox.
Thanks, no problem, Vox.
Wherever you are.
Good on you, mate.
In the cloud, potentially.
What do you reckon about that statement?
I don't disagree with that, yeah.
Yeah. Where were Bulk and Skull?
Where were Bulk and Skull?
Thank you.
They could have made one of the bullies Bulk or Skull stacked on top of each other in a trench
Bulk
coat.
and Skull, some sort of Siamese twin conjoined situation. That's inclusive, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. You've covered all our demographics.
That's
also.
right.
All right, you know what it's time for then?
Famous segment. What we're reading. What we're going to read.
Yep. Normally I say the second or first part, but
No rules, baby.
Oh, no.
I've been doing podcasts all weekend. I'm so tired. I don't have time to be going by our rules, baby.
I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? What are you reading? Or
You know what I was reading, but I was listening to our friends over at the Auntie Donna podcast.
Yeah.
They do a fine podcast called the Auntie Donna podcast.
Agreed.
And a couple of weeks ago, they had an episode. It's episode 34. It's the stone fruit episode. the premise of which is they've just... Mark has... Is it Mark? It's probably
Mark, yeah.
Who has, for a long time, wanted to do an episode solely about stone fruits and what each of their favourite stone fruits is. And it spirals out of control very quickly. And it's probably the funniest half hour of anything I've seen or heard so far this year.
Sure, absolutely.
So everybody check that out, I feel.
Did you feel that at the live show...
They're on a network, guys.
Yeah, they are.
Not their live stuff, but just their podcast.
Avoid that if you can.
Yeah, Jesus.
Did you feel the launch event that everybody was much funnier than us? Did
Yeah.
you get that sense?
Yeah.
We're not professionals, are we?
Because what happened? See, ultimately, what happened, I think, is that we do this podcast and it's quite successful, which is great because of our delightful weekly wackadoos, our listeners.
Correct.
And we know heaps of people who are really funny and do great shows, and we should get some more attention on them. But then what happened is they all came in the room together, and some attention came on them, and we went, "Oh, that's right, they are funnier than us. That's why we wanted them in the first place.
We should have got shitter podcasts.
Exactly."
If you've got the worst podcast, email in.
God, they're good. They're good. They're good. They're good doing their thing. They're good off the cuff. All of them. I've already nailed it.
I met a couple of lovely listeners. One of them being Chris, who recommended an Image comic called Fade
I call
Out.
him a christener.
That's yeah, we could.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have to clear that with him, obviously. But he recommended Image Comics Fade Out, which I want to give a go.
Yeah,
Have you read it?
I read the first issue of the Fade Out.
Yeah, it's
real
been
good.
going for a couple of
It's
years.
from the 50s, right? It's set in the 50s?
I have no idea.
Okay,
But he
then.
highly recommended it, and I said, okay.
Nice.
And then we parted as friends
Ooh.
for now.
Does that mean that you've left that very sinister and vague? So either you're going to rejoin as friends later, or you're going to turn into bitter enemies?
It could go either way, yes.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
That's all the things we're reading or listening.
Yes, it is.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Then we've got another segment.
Do we?
Segment.
The classic one was letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away.
I know they're here right now. We're going to do letters. It's letters.
Isn't it just?
We just spent that last 10 seconds just staring weirdly at each other.
Before we get into the letters...
Good, because I haven't found a letter yet.
Oh, no. Well, this is still you.
Ah.
Have you picked a winner for the Iron Fist competition?
Yes, I have, and it's actually somebody I have retweeted in the past. We got so
Is it
many good
me?
ones. No, it's not you. I've never retweeted you. So we get... You're going to pick a winner on YouTube.
Yep.
And
I
I'm
was
gonna
going to do
pick a
it this week, but I didn't end up making a video because I'm real tired.
All right, nice.
But I'll do it next week.
So the winner on Twitter, we have decided, is Benjamin Philby. He was responsible for the black and white Iron Fist Kung Fu 2-panel comic in which Iron Fist, the TV version of Iron Fist, is fighting some ninjas and falls in a heap as he recalls that time comic book Iron Fist met a weird
Doctor Who
knockoff. Yeah, it's real good. It's on my
What a
Twitter
journey,
feed.
yeah.
It's a real journey. I like it.
That's a good one.
It's a good one.
But thank you for all the lovely entries.
Yeah, so he's now on the podcast. Benjamin Philby is now the official Iron Fist of the podcast.
Really? That's very interesting.
That's right.
Yeah. I love it. I bloody love it.
Oh, speaking of Iron Fist,
Yes?
I didn't end up finishing Iron Fist.
Yeah, because you had some... Your feelings changed, didn't it?
Well, that's the thing, because I watched about 9 episodes of Iron Fist before we did our Iron Fist episode. Then I went after we recorded the episode, I went back to it, and having spoken about Iron Fist for an hour,
Yeah.
immediately all the flaws became apparent in Iron Fist.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm like, I can't be bothered anymore. I'll get to it eventually because I'm on holidays right now and I'll have run out of content.
Do you think if you had have seen it before Luke Cage, it would have been more forgiving? Or do you think it's a much worse show in general?
No, I think I would be like, I hope Luke Cage is better than this.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
no, I can understand that. Okay, well, look, opinions are things, aren't they?
Yeah, and look, also Luke Cage had some bloody live music in it. I think it was that.
But look, in hindsight, I maintain it's fine, it's whatever. It is exactly what I said the last week. Or worse or better. Got a tweet here, Mason.
I'm ready.
I only picked one for some reason because I'm an idiot, so I'm going to have to find another one. # Weekly Planet Pod. Put that out there on Twitter. We'll find it.
Yeah, we will.
know where you are. Do you think there'll ever be another movie? This is from Beach.
No.
Oh, really?
Yep. I'm putting my foot
What's
down.
BECHE? The she?
No, I meant there'll never be another movie.
No, I knew what you meant.
Okay,
but
right.
I'm asking how do you pronounce BECHE?
B-E-C.
Bish? Betche? Becky?
Beck. Maybe it's Beck. Yeah.
Like Bech?
Yes.
Like that? Okay, good. Do you ever really think there'll be another movie? Wait for it.
I've changed my mind, yes.
That'll excite you, like you got for Batman v Superman, episode 92 of the Weekly Planet, time code 3432.
What happens there?
We probably talk about how excited we are for Batman and Superman. I think I was more excited for Force Awakens than Batman Superman. But I know this was like the most anticipated movie for you in a very long time.
Absolutely, because I love those characters.
Do you think there'll ever be a movie that will excite you that much, though?
Yes, but I can't think of what it is now, but I'm sure
Some point.
something will come up, yeah.
Oh, something.
Because I love many things.
But is there a property, like even Justice League, do you think because of what you've seen, you don't have faith in it?
Exactly.
But if you had never seen any of this stuff and you saw that trailer, would you be like, oh my God, it's happening? It's
Yes,
real.
I absolutely would. Had I seen none of the prior material,
Yep.
that would look incredible. Just out of nowhere. Imagine that just coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know, right?
Batman's in it. He's fighting parademons, and the Flash is there, and Cyborg's flying, and Wonder Woman. And Aquaman's there too.
He is, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Yes.
You got another one? You got that letter?
No, I'm still looking.
All right, I can do another tweet then.
Okay.
I just came across this one. This is from Fire_Unicorn88. The season finale of FX Legion will be out next week. Any chance?
That was quick.
Yeah, they're doing like 8. Any chance to be talking about it? Talking about that awesome series. # Weekly Planet.
Now, I've only watched the first episode, but again, I've got some time off, so I'm going to watch the rest of them.
Get through it, man.
You want to do an episode on it?
Yeah, well, that and Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, yeah,
we'll
cool.
try and do both. Yeah. What do you think?
Next week?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Can you do that, Mason?
Yes.
All right then.
Maybe.
It's definitely worth talking about.
Yeah, good. I can.
Even
I,
if we.
I can watch 2 a day.
2 a day.
3 a day.
3 a
It's
day.
3 a day.
Good gravy.
Hey, this is Spencer Kears on the Gmail.
Okay.
PlanetPod@gmail.com. Speaking of Iron Fist, he wants to know what other Marvel characters do you think could join the Netflix Marvel universe?
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. Yep, Moon Knight.
Ghost Rider, maybe?
Ooh.
No, maybe not. Nah. And he's in
maybe
Agents of
the
S.H.I.E.L.D..
Prowler.
Maybe the Predator.
No, that's not a.
Maybe the Predator 2.
Oh, yeah, maybe Predator 2, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Moon Knight is a lock.
Yeah.
If we don't get Moon Knight, that'll be insane.
Yeah, I know, right?
'Cause
Maybe
he's-
they're going to do a movie. Like
Yeah.
it wouldn't surprise me if they went Moon Knight movie. Moon Knight cinema.
Oh, yes. Moonvie.
How many more can we do?
That's it.
None.
No more. Does he fit? I don't think he fits with the cinematic universe
Okay. Yeah.
because he's not Captain America superpowered.
Yeah.
He's not armored. He's not a giant monster.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't have a gimmick bow.
Yep. Sure. Yeah.
cetera.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. Fair
He's
enough.
my luck. If they don't do that in the next round, very
They're gonna
disappointing.
have to do it. Do it.
Yes.
They're gonna have to do it somewhere.
Yeah.
Just hopefully not on ABC.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
yeah.
Not. Please no. But there's so much. Moon Knight's ripe for it because he's got he's got a great backstory. He's got multiple personalities. He's got
Yeah.
all sorts of. I feel there's enough to explore in 8 or 13 episodes.
What if they did a variation on like a Spider-Man, like a Spider-Woman or I don't know, they went to a Venom, they're doing a movie, but something like taking someone from the Spider family,
Oh,
like a bit of like a Miles Morales maybe, like a I don't know, just not the main one.
maybe like a maybe like a
But I think maybe he's too powered. You know what I mean?
you're right.
Yeah.
And I think Moon Knight would suit the TV Netflix universe because there's that issue set in that tenement building.
Yeah.
It's like a one shot.
But do the good choreography,
Yeah.
don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Daredevil.
That's right.
Mhm.
I was talking about this. Was I talking about this with you or someone on Saturday or Friday or whenever that was? With Iron Fist, he's got one glowing fist.
Yes.
If he swings at you and you blocked him at the wrist,
Yep.
you could then hit him in the face. Like it's only his fist. Like you could still block him at the forearm.
Oh, good question.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Is it propelled? I guess it is.
Yeah, I feel that. No, I feel that is just the glow.
Yeah.
Is just a signifier.
Right.
Like it runs up, like the power runs up his whole body.
Okay, sure.
I feel if you blocked him at the wrist, your hand would come off.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
We've answered all our questions.
Thank you.
Mine specifically.
Mm-hmm.
What else were you going to say? You said the Prowler.
Yeah,
Explain yourself.
the Prowler is like a. I think maybe he's got a new book recently, but he's like in the 90s. Spider-Man had like a whole bunch of like supporting heroes around him. Like he would often encounter like in the streets of New York, he'd encounter another superhero. Are you looking up the Prowler?
I am actually.
Is
yeah.
it the purple costume?
It is. Yeah.
Okay, what do you reckon about that?
Look, you could. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could definitely do
and he's
it.
an African American character, so
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
more diversity would be good.
Absolutely.
So Rocket Racer be good.
Yep, sure. Rocket Racer. Let me just type in future of Marvel Netflix. And we're getting the Punisher, obviously, which I think is the perfect fit.
Exactly.
Do you think? I don't think this will happen, but do you think they could maybe take one of the Avengers and have them jump over, like
Ooh.
a Hawkeye or
I
Black
would
Widow?
1,000,000% watch a Hawkeye.
Yeah, me too.
TV series.
Well, I would 200,000,000%.
Yeah, all right. Jeez, all right, mate.
But I think even could you bring over like a Peggy Carter sort of thing? Yeah, well, she's. I mean, that did its own thing, obviously. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think the new Agent Carter has enough to sustain a series. And that
Oh,
would just
right,
that would
yeah,
just be
yeah.
Agents of Shield again.
Yeah, it would be. You're right.
Mm.
Yeah. Wow, what an era we live in. I know. All right, Mason, that's the show.
We'll be recharged and ready to go next week.
Yep.
But right now we're buggered.
What's the end of the show?
Okay, so you can find us on Weekly Planet Pod on Facebook and Twitter and Gmail and Bandcamp. You know what? I'll get some time off. We should do some more commentaries.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do some.
I don't have as much time off, but okay.
That's true, yeah. Mhm. But in a way, your whole life is time off.
It's true,
So-
Mason. When you do what you love, you don't work a single fucking second. You're just into it all day. You just love it.
And anytime you stop working for a second, it's like lost wages. Bloody sending your family to the poorhouse. But it's fine, just take some time off. Have a little relax. Drink a latte. you
I'm not a
bloody
coffee
goose.
man.
All right.
I feel like I should, though. I feel like it would change my life, but I'm worried if I start, I'll just never stop.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'll
Yeah.
stick to hard alcohol. Thank you very much.
That's the spirit. Let's see. If you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. You can click on our Amazon affiliate link, which is in our episode description. You click through, you buy a bloody something on Amazon.com for the same price. We get a little kickback.
Yeah.
Mac Weldon, that's our friends.
Yep.
Over
360
there.
Fly as well.
360 Fly. So many things. Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all our themes. Thank you for Golden Legend for bloody designing all our great logos and such. We've got some teas on tpublic.com. Just search for Weekly Planet.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to everybody who has listened to this point.
Yes.
So many people at the launch were like, I've listened since episode 1.
And
or
you
episode
said,
2.
what?
Yeah, I know, right? And I'm like, why? It was garbage.
Yeah. No.
And I pushed him off the roof.
But no, that was really cool.
Oh,
to
what a
hear,
heck of a bloody. I was gonna say we're gonna have to redouble our efforts, knowing
Yeah, I
that
think
actual
so.
real people listen to
I
this,
know.
as opposed to the bots that I assume have been just downloading the episodes.
I don't like it if I'm honest.
Yeah,
It feels
bad.
real.
Yeah. Boo.
Also, if you want to check out planetrbcasting.com,
Yeah.
it's got all the shows there for everybody. Bloody check them out.
They're all great.
If you want to send if you've got an inquiry about whatever, you can send it through. There'll be some photos from the day.
Yeah, that's right.
Ben Vanel is going to be doing some articles and stuff. Also, there's going to be a newsletter.
Which we are currently
We've got 2 names.
provisionally. We've got 2 names for it. It could be called the Orbit.
Yep.
Which I think is pretty good because
Yeah.
it's broadcasting and satellites and what have
Yep.
you. But also the Weekly Butt.
Which I prefer,
Yeah, right.
but I don't know whether.
Because you and Claire said, "Can you come up with a name?" And I said, "The Weekly Butt," and I'm like, "No, that's too good." Should,
But if someone's got a better name,
than those two, if you
we're
could let us
definitely
know,
open to it. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, if you want to check out that would be super cool.
Is that everything?
That's everything.
Yeah.
Thanks again, everybody. This is a really good opportunity that you guys have given us, and we appreciate it. Don't we, Mason?
Yeah, we do.
All right, let's
All right. See you next week, guys. Grab that gem.
do that.
Bye.
Bye.